Good afternoon. We're here to represent the Envirothon team for Dogwood High School. I'm Jacob.
I'm Amber.
I'm Nate.
I'm Eve.
And I'm Holly.
Thank you, Cardinal County School Board, for allowing us to present to you our drinking water awareness campaign, H2Info.
As part of the Dogwood High School Envirothon team, we have been lucky enough to tour the Cardinal County Water Authority facilities. While there, we learned that the Cardinal County Water Authority pumps water from Garter Reservoir, located less than a mile from the Water Authority treatment facility and less than 2 miles from Dogwood High School. Cardinal County Water Authority treats and filters the water through a state-of-the-art nanofiltration system, which we will describe later in our presentation. The filtered water is then pumped to the town of Cardinal and to storage facilities, as well as Dogwood High School, Striped Bass Middle School, and Brook Trout Elementary School. All water used in Cardinal County, whether it is treated by the Cardinal County Water Authority or not, is sourced here in Cardinal County. This is a fact that we should be proud of and a reason why protecting our water supply is important.
In 1974, Congress passed the Safe Drinking Water Act, which charged the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, to set standards to protect the nation's drinking water supply. At the state level, the Virginia Department of Health has an Office of Drinking Water to ensure that all Virginians have safe drinking water. The Office of Drinking Water regulates the waterworks facilities, provides means to improve inadequate waterworks, as well as monitoring potential hazards and health concerns through source water programs. Locally, drinking water is monitored and treated by Cardinal County Water Authority.
The EPA requires that the Cardinal County Water Authority provide an annual Consumer Confidence Report, or CCR, to the citizens of a public water supply detailing the quality of its water so citizens can make informed choices about their drinking water. Each report gives information on where the water comes from and how it is treated. It includes a water quality data table with potential contaminants, levels detected, maximum contaminant levels or MCLs, what the typical sources of that contaminant may be, and if the given level detected is in violation. Additionally, it gives information on how to contact the Cardinal County Water Authorities if there are any questions. The Cardinal County Consumer Confidence Report released for 2020 tells us that 100% of water provided municipally for Dogwood High School and its neighboring schools is bought from the Cardinal County Water Authority and provided by the Garter Reservoir. All measured contaminants are well under EPA limits and 100% within compliance.
Yay!
Though the Cardinal County Water Authority is now completely within compliance, this has not always been the case. Garter Reservoir was developed by flooding about 300 acres of Cardinal County. Because of this, there are more than 30 acres of standing dead trees within the reservoir. While these trees provide important wildlife habitat for fish, amphibians, and more, they also provide a lot of tiny molecular organic particles that are very difficult to remove using conventional water filtration methods. Prior to 2017, the total HAA5 or haloacetic acids and total trihalomethanes did not meet safety standards, exceeding the safety limits of 60 parts per billion and 80 parts per billion. This raised many concerns for citizens who used the water and received warning after warning of these violations. These chemicals, byproducts of the excess organic matter in the reservoir, when consumed in excessive doses over long periods of time, can have damaging effects to health. Though the risk was small for the levels detected, warnings must be clearly stated and do sound frightening.
With the risks and problems in mind, Cardinal County, along with Cardinal County Water Authority, worked together and set out to solve the problem. They tried all the inexpensive resolutions first and eventually purchased a nanofiltration system, the first on the East Coast of the United States. While on tour of Cardinal County Water Authority facilities, we were able to see the nanofiltration system. And honestly, as you can see, it looks like a large stack of pipes. This is the second most expensive water treatment system, but it is the best choice for removing organic particles like HAA5s and trihalomethanes. In addition, it means less chlorine chemical additives are needed. Another advantage of the system is that with minimal financial input and modification, the current system can be updated to the most advanced reverse osmosis water filtration system if it is ever needed in the future.
Typically, especially when talking about the health of our watersheds in the Chesapeake Bay, we are concerned with three main pollutants: nitrates, turbidity, and Escherichia coli, or E. coli. Likely causes of nitrates in the water supply include runoff of fertilizers, leaching from septic tanks and sewage, and the erosion of soil. Using aerial maps and GIS, or Geographic Information System mapping, there is little development and a lot of vegetation surrounding Garter Snake Reservoir. Looking at the CCR since 2013, there have been low nitrate readings, all within acceptable levels, and much lower than the maximum contaminant level of 10 parts per billion.
Turbidity is how cloudy or clear the water is and is influenced by plankton, sediment, and decaying matter. Because Garter Snake Reservoir was formed by flooding a vegetated area, there is a lot of particulate matter. In the summer, plankton and algae levels rise, increasing turbidity. To help mitigate this, the Department of Wildlife Resources treats the reservoir with minimal amounts of copper sulfate, which effectively decrease the overall turbidity as well as the suspended particulates in the reservoir. Copper sulfate residues will be filtered by the nanofiltration system before consumer use of drinking water. Turbidity and its causes are addressed by the CCR, but Cardinal County turbidity has mostly affected HAA5s and trihalomethanes in the past. Since implementing the nanofiltration system in 2017, these levels have decreased dramatically and have been well within compliance.
E. coli is bacteria that can cause adverse health effects in humans. Though most E. coli is harmless, some strains can cause diarrhea, meningitis, pneumonia, and other symptoms. This pathogen can reach the water supply through agricultural and stormwater runoff, poorly functioning sewage systems, and from some cattle operations where animals are not restricted from waterways. To protect the reservoir, landowners cannot build a septic system or drain field within 100 feet of the flood control line. The safety limit for E. coli is 235 colony forming units per 100 milliliters. To monitor E. coli levels, water is sampled monthly and there were no E. coli violations in 2020 or in any previous years dating back to 2012. It is likely that E. coli was not a threat to our drinking water prior to that, but we do not have access to historical data to verify.
The Cardinal County Water Authority owns 6 feet higher than the normal standing pool of water at Garter Snake Reservoir, in addition to a small parcel where the piping and parking lot are located. Fishing from the shore and boats with non-fuel motors are allowed for recreation. Garter Snake Reservoir encompasses roughly 300 acres and is surrounded by 37 different parcels owned by many different entities. Many of these parcels are zoned A1 for light agricultural development.
One landowner of note is Swallowtail Solar, who plans to clear land and install a major solar array. Despite the potential threats to turbidity and water quality at Garter Snake Reservoir due to the land clearing, the Cardinal County Water Authority supports this installation plan. Swallowtail Solar will have a 200-acre buffer, yes, 200 acres, of native vegetation as a riparian buffer to slow down runoff and erosion, as well as trap any particles well before any land disturbance affects the reservoir and water quality. In addition, between the solar panels, native grasses and wildflowers will be planted to benefit native pollinators and provide a habitat for wildlife such as turkey and quail. According to GIS and aerial surveys, and as you can see, the parcels surrounding Garter Snake Reservoir are mostly wooded. Almost all of the reservoir perimeter is buffered by vegetation, both under the water and along the shoreline. Because of the vegetative cover, there is very little threat of incoming pollutants to Garter Snake Reservoir.
In terms of longevity, water use from Garter Snake Reservoir is currently at 1/4 or less than the safe yield of 2.77 million gallons per day. So there is more than enough capacity to support an increase in population. In addition, Garter Snake Reservoir could be dredged to increase capacity. The 50-year water supply plan also includes connecting to another nearby surface water source. In fact, much of the groundwork for this has already been completed. In terms of processing, the nanofiltration system at Cardinal County Water Authority currently occupies 2 skids, and there is room to build a third, greatly increasing filtration capacity. And as previously mentioned, the nanofiltration system can easily and affordably be modified to advance treatment to a reverse osmosis system should that level of filtration be required to improve drinking water quality.
All water used in Cardinal County is sourced here in Cardinal County. Cardinal County residents can work to protect our water by disposing of their hazardous materials like fertilizers, household cleaners, and medicines properly to prevent surface and groundwater contamination. To aid in this, Cardinal County has scheduled special waste collection programs, one in the fall and one in the spring. You just missed one last month. These programs collect household hazardous wastes, including poisons, pesticides, fertilizers, paints, fluorescent bulbs, and more. The program also collects electronic waste, including computers, TVs, and cell phones. Pharmacies like our local CVS and Walgreens accept leftover or unused pills through the National Prescription Drug Takeback Program. Collection programs such as these serve to prevent improper disposal of such wastes in order to prevent inadvertent groundwater pollution as well as surface water contamination and protect the water supply of Cardinal County. Surface runoff can also be minimized through riparian zone restoration. Installing riparian areas can also stabilize the stream bank, reduce sedimentation, and provide wildlife habitat.
As a member of the Red Salamander Soil and Water Conservation District, many residents of Cardinal County can apply for septic system cost shares to aid in septic system maintenance and repair. It is important to maintain sewage systems properly because sewage overflow and malfunctioning systems can release pathogens such as E. coli as well as nitrates into Cardinal County waters, including Garter Snake Reservoir. There are also other cost shares available for best management practices that can improve water quality.
We administered a survey to 400 people in Cardinal County, including students, school staff, and residents. Because there was a time period of more than 5 years when the drinking water of the Cardinal County Water Authority was out of compliance for HAA5s and trihalomethanes, many people feel that the water is unsafe. In addition, a falsely reported fuel leak in town a few years ago and the continuous harmful algal blooms reported in nearby surface water keeps the threat of water contamination on the minds of residents. Despite the consumer confidence reports issued annually, many residents just do not know about the safety of their drinking water. We want to change this.
75% of respondents get their home drinking water from wells and feel that it is very safe. When asked where Dogwood High School, Striped Bass Middle School, or Brook Trout Elementary School water was sourced, many answered correctly, but were not sure. Many didn't feel strongly one way or the other about its safety. Though the majority of the respondents knew that Dogwood High School's source water was municipal water, only 33% knew that the water was sourced from nearby Garter Snake Reservoir. 32% responded that they had no idea, and 39% had never considered the source.
Nearly 87% of respondents, including students and adults, carry a reusable water bottle, but only 57% would refill that bottle at school. In the survey, we explained that Cardinal County has a state-of-the-art nanofiltration system, and more than 60% of respondents said that they could now be swayed to use the water in the water fountains. We went one step further, explaining that bottled water was not regulated in the same way as municipal drinking water, and asked if respondents could be swayed to give up purchasing bottled water and switch to using the water fountains and fillers. Again, over 50% said yes.
Residents of Cardinal County are extremely concerned about the quality of their water. This is a very real and important issue. How fortunate we are to not have major threats to drinking water. Cardinal County School Board, we, the Dogwood High School Envirothon team, are here to ask approval for our drinking water awareness campaign called H2Info. We have been working closely with the Cardinal County Water Authority, and they agree that outreach is beneficial, needed, and have budgeted money for outreach. We have 3 key messages we would like to share with Dogwood High School, other local schools, and the residents of Cardinal County to increase confidence and instill pride in our public water system. Every drop of water that falls in Cardinal County is used by Cardinal County. Because of this, our campaign needs to include messages about protecting water health and safety for now and future use.
The 3 key messages of H2Info are: all water used in Cardinal County is sourced here in Cardinal County. Cardinal County Water Authority provides water that is extremely safe. Cardinal County Water Authority has a state-of-the-art nanofiltration system.
Our first intended audience, the residents of Cardinal County. We recommend developing a quick, vibrant, easy-to-read guide about how to read the Consumer Confidence Report, like this blue one developed by the EPA. The CCR looks like a technical document full of numbers and hard-to-understand chemical names. In our survey, we learned that many residents feel that the CCR is difficult to understand, and because of past non-compliances, some residents are still skeptical of water quality. In addition to sending out the yearly CCR, we will encourage the Cardinal County Water Authority to also send out a newsletter called H2Info. The purpose of the newsletter is to educate the residents about the ins and outs of Cardinal County water treatment. Photos and history of the reservoir are a must, and most importantly, photos and diagrams of the nanofiltration system will be included and explained. The newsletter will also include easy water conservation techniques for residents to help protect surface and groundwater for future use. It can also include information about the county's special waste collection programs. Both the brochure and the H2 Info newsletter could be designed by the Dogwood High School Envirothon team or the media classes. With approval, the Water Authority has money budgeted for just this sort of outreach. We will also encourage the Cardinal County Water Authority to sponsor a booth at the Cardinal County Fair, school open houses, and other public events to increase their interactions with residents and gain positive public exposure.
Our second intended audience of H2 Info is the staff of Dogwood High School, Striped Bass Middle School, and Brook Trout Elementary School. Many staff members commute in from outside counties to work here. With permission of the school principals, we would like to hold a free in-service meeting for the teachers and staff of the schools serviced by the Cardinal County Water Authority. This educational in-service meeting would be eligible for correlate hours or recertification points and give the teachers and staff a brief introduction to where the school's drinking water comes from, how it's treated, and why it's completely safe and better than bottled water. Though brief, this meeting will build community and aid in existing outreach programs such as Career du Jour, school visits, and shadow days, as well as generate future potential collaborations. We could also gain community service hours for providing this free in-service meeting.
Our third intended audience of H2 Info is the students of Dogwood High School, our peers. Our generation is very concerned about the environment, and let's be honest, looking cool. Many students carry reusable water bottles, especially covered in stickers, but this number of students could always be increased. As part of the H2 Info outreach campaign, we would generate bright, colorful informational flyers about the safety and cleanliness of our drinking water. These can easily be placed near water fountains and in restrooms. 20% of survey responders did not think that the school drinking water is filtered, and the rest are not sure if the water is filtered before entering the school or at water bottle fillers and fountains. We can also include information about decreasing disposable plastic water use or to boost our in-school recycling program. We can use money we have fundraised to purchase the copies and help design the fillers.
Education and outreach will improve the public perception of Cardinal County Water Authority and get the word out about the amazing nanofiltration system protecting our drinking water supply. By monitoring before and after the H2 Info campaign, we are excited and hoping to see an increase in the amount of residents, students, and staff who are using our clear, clean, and sustainable water sourced right here, just 1.5 miles away from Dogwood High School. With education and outreach, more people should feel confident about the safety of their drinking water, more people should be able to identify the source of their drinking water, and the amount of people reporting drinking bottled water should decrease.
Another way we can evaluate the success of our outreach is to monitor the fill counts for the water bottle filling stations at Dogwood High School. These simple counters can be monitored to track usage over time, and we do have historical usage data that our Envirothon team has gathered since the fall of 2019. An increase in fill numbers can indicate the effects of positive outreach on both students and staff. We can also track water bottle sales from the vending machines and look for decreased sales.
Here at Dogwood High School in Cardinal County, our drinking water is among the cleanest and safest in the state of Virginia because of continued monitoring and the nanofiltration system. All of the water used in Cardinal County is sourced here in Cardinal County. The time has come for all of Cardinal County's residents and the students of Dogwood High School, Striped Bass Middle School, and Brook Trout Elementary School to realize it, have pride in it, value it, and protect it.
Thank you, Cardinal County School Board, for allowing us to present to you our drinking water awareness campaign. Please let us know if you have any questions or comments. Have a great day.